Knows on the album. That's the song that really resonates to me the most. But you do get the Concrete Blonde version, which is good too. You get Liquid Jesus doing Stand, which was I can't remember who originally did Stand. There's a lot of remakes that are on this too, on this album, really. Kick Out the Jams, which is obviously
MC5.
MC5 was done by Henry Rollins and Bad Brains.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it was really good. Wave of Mutilation, UK Surf is the Pixies
Pixie
is on
song,
there.
yeah.
That's the first time we'll be mentioning that song in this podcast today.
And then you get some really early Soundgarden in there too. Heretic, and that was definitely, I think that came out originally like in 86 or something like that, or 87, something. That was really before they'd kind of changed directions as far as musically, in my opinion. But yeah, and you get some Sonic Youth, some Cowboy Junkies.
Yeah, there's a lot of great songs.
It's just a
on that
great
one.
album overall. So
Cool movie too.
Yeah, well, and it's kind of
Yeah.
there's a couple of songs like I wish were on there that were in there. Like they did The Scenario by Beastie Boys, which isn't on anything. That's not officially released anywhere.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah. And then trying to think what else. There was a couple other songs where I was just like, I wish that was on this album.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm looking at this right now, and Cliff Martinez did the score for that movie as well as Drive.
Yeah. Ooh.
Hey, look at that.
It's all connected, man.
Shout out to Cliff Martinez, friend of the show.
Good stuff is connected. Great stuff is connected.
Absolutely. But you did, and real quick, you do get a Leonard Cohen song on there. I thought, maybe not. Maybe I'm lying. I'm a liar. Maybe that was the extended version. They did make some other version of that. It probably was a bootleg that I bought somewhere.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh, you're saying there's a different take than the one that's on the soundtrack?
Well, no, I thought there was a Leonard Cohen song that was also on there, but not the song.
Not everybody knows.
Not everybody knows. But I think that probably could have been some bootleg. I was real big into buying
If it be
British
your will,
and all those. You know what I mean?
If It Be Your Will.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, so there's 2 Leonard Cohen songs. I like that song, but
at any rate,
yeah.
So that's I think it sets a good tone. It's got some cool music in it. That's all.
They put that cover in front of Justice League, remember?
Yeah.
I just realized that I think my number 3 is going to be on somebody else's number top.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I'm going to replace it real quick.
No, you don't have to do that.
No, I'm not, because I don't want to give it up. Because I'm basically I'm gonna put Judgment Night at my number 3.
Really?
Okay, right now.
Okay.
And then we'll discuss, my other number 3 that I picked later on. But Judgment Night was fucking another phenomenal soundtrack that was so different, and it introduced the world. Now Anthrax had done it first.
I'd say there's a couple in there.
Yeah, Anthrax had really done it first with Bring the Noise with Public Enemy and Anthrax, and they did it on their record, which is a fucking awesome song.
Absolutely.
But then they took everything that we all loved and learned about that song and put it into a fucking entire soundtrack.
Yeah, and I would say that's what makes this album great, is that they just tried something. They were like, let's do something completely different than, like everything else.
Yeah, I mean, they
really did. They really, and like you're absolutely right, there were some predecessors to that, but
this is
to do it on this kind of a scope, I guess.
Refined it, I guess.
Well,
no, not necessarily. It was just so much of it. It was like, there was.
They set out to do it. Yeah,
right.
They set out to do it, and they didn't set out to do it as like a one-off. Like a Walk This Way, you know, because that was, you got to say that
probably the original.
I would say the first Run DMC record was an all rap rock record.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean?
But when they really teamed up with Aerosmith, that's where you could kind of be like, okay, that's a one-off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I think Kerry King played on a lot of different things for him because Kerry King was friends with
Steven Tyler.
No. With Run DMC, where the dude that did that produced Run DMC. Rick Rubin.
Yes.
Because Rick Rubin produced all the Slayer records too, you know, so I think they were kind of friends at some point.
Let's,
and then he recorded a lot of tracks for them, the Beastie Boys, things like that. I think he was kind of instrumental in Rick Rubin introducing that to it. So the precursor to all of this, of course, the main one was the Anthrax Bring the Noise. But then you have like House of Pain. And, House of Pain and Helmet, even though House of Pain turned into a soft rock, let me give you a message kind of a band, you know what I mean? Whitey Ford sings the blues, And then
I like Whitey Ford. It's fine.
yeah, it's not bad. Then you got De La Soul.
With Teenage Fan Club.
Yeah. Me, myself, and my microphone by Living Color and Run DMC.
Whoa, I'm
Those are
not
pretty
familiar
cool
with this
songs.
soundtrack.
Yeah. Judgment Night was Biohazard and Onyx.
Yeah.
Was awesome. Slayer and Ice-T for Disorder.
That would be another one that I would say just kind of play off what you were just saying. Ice-T had Body Count before this.
And one of the most controversial songs of all time.
Yeah.
At that point, too, where they had Cop Killer, which was...
Now he's like, I'm on CSI.
yeah, I'm solving crimes now. Faith No More, Booyah Tribe, Cypress Hill, Sonic Youth, I Love You, Mary Jane. That was an awesome one.
Yeah.
God, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Mudhoney, Dinosaur Jr., Del the Funky Homos.
What, Del?
Yeah,
Funky
Pearl Jam,
Homos,
Cypress Hill. There's so many on
Not
these.
the Pearl Jam and Cypress Hill I thought would be the best song on there, and it wasn't.
No. I mean, yeah, there's just so many good ones on it. But it's really cool. I mean, in the movie, again, was not uberly successful. It was a good movie. It wasn't great, but at the same time, the soundtrack
I enjoyed
outshined it, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And I owned the soundtrack when it came out because I was like, this is something different. Let's check it out.
I was buying Alice in Chains and this at the same time. Like, yeah.
Before I get into my next one here, I want to give a shout out to Tony from back home because he threw out a couple soundtracks that I didn't pick. Some honorable mentions: Rushmore.
Oh yeah,
This is a good one.
Rushmore, the aquatic life was
Live Aquatic?
Yeah, Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Basically, the Wes Anderson one and Fantastic Mr. Fox. I thought those were good. He threw out some other ones. So hey, Tony, friend of the show.
Yeah.
All right, so this one is the one you guys probably aren't gonna like.
Okay.
But I don't care because I like it and I'm here to shake shit up. So my number 2 favorite movie soundtrack of all time. Now these 1 and 2 for me are definitive. I've thought about this.
Same here.
Number 2, Romeo and Juliet,
I disagree. That's a great
1996.
Yep.
I don't
You got Garbage, Everclear,
You're dead.
Butthole Surfers, Cardigans. And Radiohead. It just works really, really well with the movie. And it's, again, of its time. It's very 90s Baz Luhrmann. I know not a lot of people like Baz Luhrmann. Shout out to Tony, friend of the show. But, I never saw Australia, and I think I've seen Moulin Rouge once.
Fuck that movie.
I like Romeo and Juliet, and I really like his Great Gatsby. So
That's where I said, fuck that movie.
I know.
Whenever they get into the chorus of a Nirvana song in the middle of a fucking... where they're kick dancing and shit.
Oh,
I'm like, fuck those people.
The Great Gatsby.
No, that was on Moulin Rouge. They were singing they were doing "Smells Like Teen Spirit" while they were fucking
remember that. I don't remember that.
line dancing and shit. And I'm like, fuck y'all.
Are you sure that wasn't Chicago?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
What was I actually liked the movie. What was the movie with Heath Ledger? The Knights.
Oh, A Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale.
They danced all
They
crazy.
danced
and
to
played.
a Bowie song.
Yeah.
Golden years. But yeah, this movie, I just
just like that movie because of Chaucer.
Yeah, he was Jarvis.
Monday. I mean, I don't know. I just like the soundtrack, and I think it works with the
I
movie
think
really
it's good.
good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it does. It is a mark of its time.
And it has this like,
But that was a very MTV movie too.
sure.
100% like produced for MTV.
But I think that ties in. No, it was not.
I know.
It's a 20th Century Fox movie. It's based, and I like how they do the old speak in the new times, and the guns are swords, and John Leguizamo's in it, and fucking.
I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I like that movie a lot, and Paul Rudd doesn't age. I'm pretty sure that me and my wife are pretty sure that he's immortal. Because he looks exactly the same in that movie that he does like the other
Him and
day
Keanu Reeves.
on a talk show.
Yeah.
No, Keanu Reeves at least has like gray hair.
Have you not seen the photos, sir?
I've seen the vampire photos. Yeah.
They're all
It's a
there.
passing resemblance, but I don't know.
At any rate.
The closing though is this really great Radiohead song at the end of the movie, and I just think it really fits the tone. And
Yeah.
so
No. I get you on it. I'm not
I own that soundtrack the year that movie came out as
yeah,
well.
and
so,
if you're saying that it was MTV and of its time, I think that's
what MTV was going off of, right?
right.
there.
Well, that's drop culture because they don't do that anymore. It's not as cool as that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I actually saw the Cardigans do a Black Sabbath song
Really?
which was really insane. Like around that time, like I saw the video online, like back in the day. You remember with dial-up and all that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
Cool.
You had to wait for the porno ads to get off your screens just so you could watch the 5-minute clip from MTV that would look like it was produced in 82.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you had the porno pop-ups.
So yeah, that's my number 2. Romeo and Juliet. I'm going to pass it over to Dan here. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is a movie that was kind of made around a music scene. And that movie is Singles.
Oh.
This is definitely a soundtrack of a time.
Yes.
And judging from probably my top 3, you're going to be like, okay, I know when this guy listened to, what was formative for this fella. Yeah, I mean, obviously there was a lot of these people were actually in the movie. Alice in Chains was in it.
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder played the drummer for Citizen Dick. So yeah, a lot of these folks in it. But I mean, it starts out pretty hardcore with Alice in Chains Wood.
Yes.
Then
one of my favorite songs by them anyway.
Pearl Jam Breathe. Chris Cornell doing Seasons, which is one of my favorite Chris Cornell anythings. And then Paul Westerberg, he was the lead singer of The Replacements.
Yep.
He does a song on there, and that's like my daughter, actually, that's like one of her favorite songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's a Cameron Crowe film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and
So
he's
it's-
music.
Well, again, of course, that's what he's known for.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's about that music scene. It's 100% about that Seattle music scene, like
What's
when
her
it was
name?
forming.
What's her name? La Femme Nikita. No, it wasn't La Femme Nikita. Bridget Fonda.
Yeah.
Bridget Fonda.
Yeah, she was in that, the
Yeah.
remake.
The remake of La Femme Nikita?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well, no.
Was it the movie?
Yeah, there's a French version, and then there was that one.
And then there was a TV show.
Yeah.
This is the album
tuned.
that turned me on to Mother Love Bone, because it's got
yeah.
Chloe Dancer, Crown of Thorns, like melody or whatever that is, where they put 2 songs together. More Soundgarden, more Pearl Jam, Mudhoney, which we've spoken about.
Yeah, quite a bit today.
Yeah, kind of.
Jimi Hendrix, it's got May This Be Love by Jimi Hendrix, which makes sense because he was from Seattle as well,
Yep.
or buried in Seattle anyways.
Yeah,
I don't know the whole story.
He was from there.
Yeah. Screaming Trees, and then
Ooh, I like
Smashing Pumpkins Drown is what you end with. It's just a great album all the way
Yeah.
through. And it's one that's in rotation for me at all times,
I might have to
actually.
pick
It is a
that
very
up.
good marker, too, you know, because that was, 91, 92?
2, I think.
91?
Huge movie for the time, too, because it was
June
grunge.
30th, 1992.
Yeah. It was nothing but flannel shirts and fucking...
I'm wearing a flannel shirt
yeah, I
today.
know,
I don't give a
Guitar
damn.
Hero.
Doc Martens.
Yeah, Doc Martens and flannels.
I owned a pair of Doc Martens. That's fair.
I still
I do too,
still
actually.
do.
But I'm a little bit past. I'm a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Hey, shit! Everybody in Christmas in '93 got 2 things: a flannel shirt and Nirvana's fucking record.
There you go.
You know, we took back Michael Jackson for Nirvana. You know what I mean? No, but that's a very, very good soundtrack too. Like,
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
And,
Good
and
pick.
you know, speaking of Cameron Crowe, there's a couple other ones that kind of came close, like Almost Famous. You know, there was a few other ones where I was like, yeah, just
Almost
because he's
Famous,
got
yeah.
a great ear. Anyways,
Almost
you know.
Famous is a good one, but I think that it's a little too.
With Fever Dog on it.
Yeah.
Fever Dog.
I don't want to say it's too.
Commercialized.
Maybe or uninspired pick. Maybe like it's just too
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
to be like.
yeah.
This one has a bunch of classic rock songs.
But just mentioning that, you know, he does the music for that, and it's
Yeah.
obviously a really, you know,
Yeah.
it's a good choice.
he does
you
a
ever,
good job.
You ever seen Elizabethtown?
I have not.
Orlando Bloom,
Oh,
Kirsten Dunst. Check it out.
I'm gonna pass.
No thanks.
I feel like from that face that Tyson's making right now, I'm gonna pass.
No thanks. All right.
So number 2 to you, bro.
My number 2 is Pulp Fiction, of course.
Oh,
Nice.
I own that soundtrack on multiple occasions. Lost them all. Still probably have it somewhere. But that was another one of those that I listened to Reservoir Dogs, and then I had to get the soundtrack for Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
like I said, there's like 3 of them that I was thinking for.
it's low hanging
Quentin
fruit, but you know.
No, I don't
grabbed it.
disagree. I think that that's a great album.
What, like Jackie Brown would be the other one, or what?
Yeah,
No,
Jackie Brown
Kill
was
Bill,
on one of
Kill
my-
Bill
yeah.
Volume 1 and 2 would have to be one album.
Yeah, I like Jackie Brown quite a bit too.
It's good
I know
too.
you're.
yeah.
Yeah, that's your.
Yeah.
Kind of your,
No,
But I mean,
I'm-
I think that he does. That's something he does really well. You know,
He
I think
picks
he-
the right music for the tone of the
does.
film.
He
I think
does.
I some other people do this too, but I can't think of like more like Edgar Wright and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that he writes to the music in a sense, where he's like, okay, I got this idea for this song, and it's going to be set to this scene.
Certain ones that he couldn't get the rights to too, like on Kill Bill, he couldn't get the rights to a certain song whenever she was killing everybody, so they used the one.